Hey guys, have you loaded up one of these vertical six smokers all the way maxed out with product? I did, and I'll tell you why.
My oldest son just finished his varsity season playing football. This weekend is his 18th birthday, so to celebrate, we have 15 of his friends from the Lake Creek Varsity Lions football team coming over for a party and some of my world famous barbecue. I'm gonna need one prime brisket, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 racks of ribs, 1 pork butt, and 4 packs of hardcore sausage, because hardcore stuff is all I know. So let's get down to business. In a previous video, I had done a really quick version of how to trim a brisket, but this time I actually wanted to take a minute to talk about what exactly I'm doing. Now, this prime brisket was already in pretty good shape. I didn't have to do much trimming, just some of your basic stuff. Always remove this decal fat. You can always take off some of this silver skin. It's not a big deal when doing a backyard trim. Something you want to be aware of is this one had a really thick fat cap. Now you got to be careful when you're cutting into fat cap because it can be misleading. It looks super thick, but if you're going to trim it down to about 1/4 inch of fat cap, you've got to pay attention and lift it up from the bottom underneath. You don't want to accidentally cut too deep into the fat cap and end up in the marbling. Now this brisket cook is the Mexican flavor style. So it's going to get the fajita rub from Meat Church, typical pepper. Now the binder is going to be hot sauce instead of your typical mustard or oil or something like that. I actually forgot to put the binder, the hot sauce, on this side of the brisket. Yeah, but that's okay. It's going to get hot sauce added on the fat cap, and then later on in the cook, when I start chopping it up and mixing it with the bone broth, it gets more hot sauce added anyway, so it's all good. Now, when it comes to doing the pork butt, this one is very simple. I'm not even doing an injection. This is just going to be a dry brine. So mustard for your binder, and then some honey hog for the seasoning, not to mention the typical pepper. Now that the brisket and the pork are seasoned up, they are going to go back in the fridge overnight. So it's 2 a.m. the next morning. It's time to get the brisket and the pork butt on that smoker. The good thing about easy bake ovens is I can go back to sleep. Now when it comes to prepping these ribs, I've done a video and I'll put the tag up in the right hand corner. I'm doing a peach and an apple habanero. 4 of the racks will get Holy Voodoo Meat Church rub, and the other 4 are going to get Texas Sugar by Meat Church. Around 3 o'clock in the afternoon is when I had the vertical pit fully loaded. That was about the time that everything needed to be on, which would get me at the finishing point around 7 p.m., which is when the party started. Everything turned out perfect, Believe it or not, I actually had leftovers after all the boys left the house and the party was over. So I've actually been eating barbecue all week for leftovers. Yeah, that's probably not what my doctor wants me to do, but that's what I'm doing. I'm Todd with Lone Star Smoke Barbecue. We'll see you next time.